Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And in this video, we're actually gonna be talking about the Ripple v SEC lawsuit, and more specifically, about a settlement in this case. Now, there have been many speculatory theories over the last couple of months because really, ever since the case started, the motives and everything surrounding it have been somewhat of a mystery. Now, we're going to be diving a layer deeper into this mystery part today and also the speculation part. But first, guys, let me know in the comment section down below, what is your own expectation of a Ripple v SEC settlement date? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think it can still happen this year? My own opinion, you hear as the video moves on. But let's first dive into this very interesting video by an extremely popular YouTuber, BitBoy Crypto. And let's make one thing very clear. I am not the bearer of hatred. All I'm doing is trying to pursue the truth and make some sense out of this entire mystery. And if I must crumble some pillars in the pursuit of this said truth, or to help you guys clear up some of this mystery, then so I shall. Meaning, I'm not trying to hate on this guy, even though I might find some of his stuff interesting. All we're trying to do is figure out exactly whether or not he is right about this stuff, right? So we're trying to figure out exactly the situation. Let's hear this one out.
Us and Chris Larson, they've asked for the discovery in the case to be pushed back to November 21st. And a lot of people have been saying, well, I heard that you said this was going to be over by the middle of September. And I think it still is going to be. I asked about that this morning. I said, look, this doesn't look good if they're saying that, this is going to extend all the way until, November of this year.
Then I started the bat here. I think he comments about the fact that he still now expects the lawsuit to settle throughout the midst of September, which is in the exact same fashion like he predicted it before. Because, well, even though there's been an extension, it is only an extension of the expert discovery. The fact discovery deadline has actually not been extended. It is August 31st, and it's still going to remain that way. The only thing which has changed is the depositions. They've been changed from, I think, September 10th to a later date. And also, so those, basically the pre-motion for summary judgment filings and whatnot are also going to be extended to a later date and whatnot. Point being, it is literally almost impossible for a settlement to come in the midst of September on a couple of different bases, yet I'll give him some points. Why? Hear me out. I've explained in one of my videos yesterday that there are a couple of scenarios for settlement. One being, a settlement could happen if the SEC just does not want to give up the documents that they're hiding. And guys, August 31st, there's going to be a Ripple v SEC hearing that I'm going to live stream on my channel. So make sure you are subscribed with the notification bell on, because it's going to start in a couple of days from now. Make sure you are there, or be square. If Ripple wins that, though, the SEC has to hand over a ton of different informational pieces, and they might not want to. Now, that is contradicted, however, by the fact that the SEC has now asked the judge, together with Ripple, to basically extend the schedule a little bit and kind of move things because they want to get some depositions in. And so, from that perspective, I kind of feel as if the SEC will cost what it cost, get those depositions of Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, the CEO and co-founder, done, which is going to happen most likely throughout the midst of September. I think somewhere throughout the end, but middle of September or so. So from that perspective, all I can see then is that after the deposition, they'd come to a settlement, but that wouldn't be too logical, right? I don't really understand it, at least why that would be logical. But let's quickly hear him out further, because once more, guys, no hatred, just trying to figure stuff out.
How's it going to be September? That's 2 months later. And what I was told is basically the legal system right now is dragging their feet, but everything is still the plan. Right now, what's going on is a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we're not seeing. The plan is still the middle of September. So,
and that's where it gets interesting to me. So he says he's heard that the plan is still on. I'm always thinking, what plan? So it's like a hidden secret plan or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Once more, guys, can this guy speak the truth? Yes. Do we think he is? That's completely up to you. Once more, guys, we're all doing this in the pursuit of trying to figure out what sounds logical to us. And if this sounds logical to you, by all means, follow him. If this sounds stupid or ununderstandable by you, by all means, hate on him. Do whatever you think is right. And in this specific case, here once more, I kind of feel as if he has a point by saying it's all been planned out and the plan is still on. Because that's also what's in my mind, lingering. But him saying that he's heard it from somebody makes me wonder who exactly provided him with this information and how he knows so surely. You know what I mean?
It's pretty bold for me to say that at this point. I'm pretty confident in that information, but I'm not 100% confident on it, like I am on some other things that we've told you. I'm 90% confident in this, and the reason for that is because we're involving the SEC here, and it's a constantly evolving situation that we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but the plan is still for this thing to be over by the middle of September, and I think we're still going to see that. I think that this SEC email is very damning for them, and this could be maybe the final straw to kind of get things going in the right direction.
Okay, so there he has another point, though. I mean, again, it's two-sided. He has a point very much so on the basis that the SEC has been clenched by the balls right now because of the email in which they stated confusion. That is huge for Ripple, no way about it. But it keeps haunting me that he says he's 90% sure on this supposed plan for mid-September, and he's doubling down right now, which, if it settles in September, I am sending him some money, all right? I'm sending him a couple of I don't want to say the name on YouTube. Never mind. All right. I want to send him some adult pleasure. I don't know exactly what I'm going to send this man, but I have to send him some because this man is a genius in that point. If, however, it doesn't happen in September, then we know that his insider sources haven't really done too much for us because how does he know, gosh? Okay, you guys probably could not hear that, but I slammed my desk and my recording stopped because of it because I disconnected my microphone from the freaking socket or whatever the freaking name for that is. Oh, that's going to be annoying. I have to edit those things together, which takes a lot of time. Oh, I can already imagine now me sitting there for a long time. Okay, that's what I get for getting angry, I guess, huh? That's, okay. That's karma. That's what we call it. So, Big Boy, let us see. Let us see if you are right. Let us see. I hope you are. I very much hope so. All right. Then Crypto Law was really interesting with this one because he says, what is the fair notice defense in the SEC v. Ripple, and why is it important? Well, to be honest with you, that's actually one of the reasons why people are calling out for a settlement in the near future. The settlement theory is based mostly upon the fact that, well, both sides have something which they want to pull through with, and they can actually kind of get this done by also keeping the other's interest in check. So, for example, Ripple would want to continue on with their operations, have XRP out of security, and the SEC would obviously want some big checks and officially win the case on paper, right? Just they have won. Now, that can definitely be done at the end of the day. And the fair notice defense is important because that actually gives Ripple the entire upper hand right now. The fair notice defense is basically saying, hey, the SEC didn't give a proper warning. And that is literally the most recent filing which Ripple did to explain why the fair notice is just another notch more important now right now. One guy named Frank sent a message to the SEC in October of 2020 where the SEC replied they didn't really have a formal clarification for XRP. Yet, if we watch the Digital Asset Investors channel, which I do a lot, you'll see that, well, these guys over in the SEC use William Hinman's speech to refer to the current status of crypto, yet from a certain perspective, William Hinman or Bill. And how the frick does that work? William, but short for William is Bill? What in the world is that supposed to mean? How does that work in any way, shape, or form? Your name is William and you're calling him Liam or Billy? I'm not English, but I have no idea whoever thought of this system. Makes absolutely no sense to me. And for the longest time, I was so confused why you guys kept calling him William, but then sometimes Bill and stuff like. I was damned. I didn't understand. I mean, isn't that normal for a non-native English speaker to not understand how people can abbreviate William to Bill? It is sometimes abbreviated WM. Short and familiar versions in English include Will, Willie, Willie, Bill, and Billy. Is it because Bill look a little bit alike? It's a different letter. I was a little bit confused about that one, right? But they are going back and forth about whether or not William Hinman give clarification to the markets or not, and whether or not can be used, and whether or not there was a clarification about XRP at the time, or even Ethereum and Bitcoin for that matter. And this most recent filing, which is again in support of the Founders Defense, which is also why the William Hinman speech and all of that stuff matter. The question at hand is, did the SEC give a proper notice, yes or no? But on a side note, Empower is actually investigating those guys, and sometimes I do think that we should also measure that into our settlement timeline, because how fast is this investigation going to go? And, the investigation into the SEC. And would the judge also want to wait for that information before making a conclusion? I would say that if William Hinman and Jay Clayton, for example, are found out to be guilty of some fraud or some sort, then that would mean there's an entirely different result in the lawsuit going to be, right? Because if those guys said things or basically gave guidance to the crypto markets in a really strange manner, that might change the entire way that crypto lawsuits are going to work from there on forward. Now, James Fillon also recently posted, Garlinghouse and Larson's motion to dismiss are pending before the court. The parties are still conducting fact discovery. 2 motions to compel are pending before Magistrate Judge Nedburn, and their parties are requesting leave to conduct 2 depositions in September. The motion to strike and the motion to intervene are still pending, and the expert discovery deadline would be extended to November 12th. In my experience, anyone who thinks the case is settling anytime soon should reconsider, which obviously was kind of the nail on the hammer on the nail. And then we also had Jeremy Hogan, who still is staying with his own prediction of saying end of the year is most likely going to happen. I don't think he's actually changed his mind over the last couple of days. If he has done so, though, guys, let me know in the comment section down below. But as far as I've read his tweets by now, he hasn't changed his mind about the end of the year still being his own expectation. Maybe it's now extended by a couple of weeks. And little fun fact, guys, you might think that these extensions are just part of the plan or are strange. It's all planned out, and very often things how you expect them really work out that way in the most unlikable way ever. Facebook has ignored Bitcoin for NFTs and stablecoins. Peak fiat. Quote, we want to make sure that we can earn people's trust over a long period of time. Over the years, Facebook has consistently demonstrated an interest in compromising the privacy of more people than any other company on the planet. Alex Fight writes, as Facebook, I bit my freaking tongue, no way. Oh, why? Oh. As Facebook ignores Bitcoin, works on NFTs and stable coins instead. I didn't like that. I bit my tongue very good this time around. And normally biting your tongue is not that big a problem, unless you are kind of hosting a show like this, right? If you're talking the whole time and you bite your tongue very often, it gets a little bit annoying. Not for the pain, but for the annoyance of that little blister in your mouth sometimes. That's going to happen. What happens, guys. I wanted to say about this that, yeah, very often in the Ripple VSC case and this type of scenario as well, you already know kind of up front that those guys are not out to make the world better. No, they're out for their own personal gain and for blood. Here in Ripple, in the Facebook case as well, not the lawsuit case, but this situation, these guys are not doing it for the betterment of you or for people's best interest. No, they're doing it for money. They're doing it for control purposes. And I'm going to stay very cautious with what exactly they're putting up. And guys, the reason I'm not showing you guys these types of clips is because I'm sometimes afraid that they'll be taken down. And I don't want the YouTube videos to ever get taken down. So if you want to watch this type of stuff, make sure you check it out. I've retweeted it over on my Twitter at DDusTBC. And it is basically this guy here. There's actually multiple of these guys as of this point. Some commissioners of the SEC, basically, explaining and swearing by that William Hinman already gave some rules to the crypto market, basically. All right. But that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today.